We got to talk about a big disaster happening with the Dallas Mavericks right now. No, it's not that Luka Doncic is leading the league in scoring and killing it over there with the Lakers, and the fact that we all have to watch Luka in a Lakers jersey every night, or the fact that Dirk Nowitzki went and interviewed him at the beginning of the season in the Lakers locker room. Ugh. Or that Nico Harrison was finally fired, and now the Mavs have co-GMs. They have to try and figure out what they're going to do with their front office while they're in this big situation, big decision point where the Mavs have to decide if they're tanking or if they're going to try and go for it this season. Or the fact that Anthony Davis is still out with injuries. The third injury he's had since joining the Mavericks, and Cooper Flagg has played more games and more minutes than Anthony Davis has as a Maverick so far, and so has DeAndre Ayton for the Lakers, by the way. No, it's actually the last move that Nico Harrison made as the GM, and that's the Dante Exum move. The Mavs needed a point guard in the offseason. It was very clear the Mavs needed somebody else because Kyrie Irving was going to be out for the season. They brought in D'Angelo Russell. They had Brandon Williams, and then they were like, all right, we need somebody else. So they bring back Dante Exum from last year and say, hey, Dante, you want to sign a veteran minimum deal, a $3.3 million deal? And he's like, yeah, sure, of course. So they bring him in, but the problem is they don't have enough roster spots, so they have to move somebody. So they tried to trade Jaden Hardy. They tried to trade Omax Prosper. Couldn't do either of those. So they tried to waive and stretch Omax's contract and give up on Omax, basically. So now the Mavs have $1 million less on their books for this year, next year, and the year after that because they waived and stretched that deal. And so now, Dante Exum today, the Mavs announced that he's having season-ending knee surgery, and he'll be out for the entire season. The Mavs are already at 15 players. They would have to waive Exum to create a roster spot. And you're like, all right, well, his deal is only 1 year. Why don't they just waive him and sign somebody else? The problem is they're already hard capped at the second apron, the second luxury tax level. And so they can't sign a player until January 6th. And the 10-day contract window opens on January 5th. So they have to wait another month and a half in order to bring somebody in that can help. Dante Exum obviously hasn't played the whole year. He was never even cleared to start training camp. Just another one of those where you go, how did they not know about this going into the season? How did they not know, or how did they not pivot after they found out that something happened with Dante Exum's knee? Did they just give him a promise and say, all right, we're going to do this? Because the official signing didn't happen for a while into the offseason. We were waiting on it for a while. Another just weird thing with Nico Harrison's regime.